The new Magic Mastery pattern is here. How do you get it? How expensive is it going to be for you? And some free stuff in this video.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in today's video, we're going to talk about weaving patterns, ×4 Emerald Sale, and the new Magic Mastery pattern. If this is your first time joining me, HeroWarCentral.com is my blog. First post right here is going to discuss the event, kind of break down some things, and as well have the links to some free gifts right here, Facebook players and web players. Make sure you're clicking it there. In the event itself, Weaving Patterns is it's an interesting event that kind of focuses loosely on golden thread. Whenever you kind of take a look at the tasks, you'll notice that only the higher end of each of the tasks rewards you with golden thread. You got to work your way through a lot of stuff in order to get there. You can see here, for example, you've got to spend 11,000 energy before you get your first golden thread. So it's not a very free-to-play friendly event. The return on investment isn't that great, but there are a bunch of rewards in here that are pretty good. And the way things have lined up for this event, the Verdok event, and a couple of other things makes today a pretty decent day. So let's talk about the first thing and most important thing, how to get the new pattern. So in the daily collection thing for Weaving Patterns, right, something that they added, you can collect a couple of things for free, but you don't get access to this new chest, the chest of patterns here, until you get to rank 4. And I think that you got to spend something like $26 to get here. I should have paid closer attention. I'm pretty sure that the last one, this right here, is $19.99, but I can't remember how much this one was right here. You can see that there is a 1, 3, 7, 15 total patterns that you can buy, and then of course you can buy it again tomorrow. Unfortunately, the bad news is you need 32 patterns in order to get to a red tier pattern, which means you're going to have to spend over $100 twice in order to get a full red pattern. And taking a look at this pattern, let's first take a look at how it sits normally without any upgrades to it. That is 0.5%. 0.5% to magic attack and 0.5% to magic penetration. Whenever you fully rank this bad boy up and then get the good luck bonus red plus, whatever you want to call it, you can check that in combat training. You can do a max testing and look at the pattern here. The best you can get is 8% magic attack and 6% magic penetration. So when would you use this? Why would you use this? In my opinion, you're using this with the magic penetration and the magic attack pattern. Okay, you're using magic attack, magic penetration, and the magic mastery. The flag that you use, I think the pet flag is probably good. Wherever it is, the pet flag is probably good. The war flag of readiness is probably good, depending on your team. You know, it really depends. But what it is it's going to be kind of a purely offensive, a full-on attack strategy when it comes to a mage team. The general use of flags and patterns before this went live is the magic attack, magic defense, and armor for mage teams. You might throw in the physical attack if you're scared of Lara Croft, for example. You need your Sebastian to protect your team. I get it. Some people need that. I don't. But if you do need that, then maybe you swap out, I don't know, the armor, maybe the magic attack, maybe I don't know what you do. But the one thing that I think is going to come from this magic penetration, magic attack, and magic mastery pattern stacking, I think that Augustus is going to finally stop being a bad hero. Augustus is a bad hero by himself. Okay, Augustus requires Orion or Polaris or another hero that stacks magic penetration in order for him to be effective. Without that, he's just another mage. Does okay, you know, he attacks just like anybody else does, but without Orion, with Augustus, he's kind of bland, he's kind of boring. I said it is what it is. The good news is we have this spooky festival coming, and there's going to be a demonic skin for Augustus. Now, if that ends up being a magic penetration skin, and why is that important? Well, specifically, he does not have a magic penetration skin currently, so that'll be a big deal. And he does have a magic penetration glyph. Now, in the history of Hero Wars, there are a couple of mages that do not have magic penetration. The most classic examples are Krista. If you take a look at their glyphs, there we go. They don't have magic penetration glyphs. No magic penetration glyphs, okay? And magic penetration skin wasn't given until just like a month ago, okay? So Krista has had years and years and years of relying on Lars to be a decent mage, and Krista was one of the worst heroes ever, right up there with Augustus, unless you paired her with the right hero, which Lars, for example. Another great example of this is Helios. Now, Helios has a lot of utility on his own, but same kind of situation. Does not have a magic penetration glyph and does not have any magic penetration skins, except for his most recent skin, right? Years and years and years and years, Helios needed Orion or Arachne or another magic penetration artifact weapon hero in order for him to be a decent mage. Of course, Helios has some great control and counter abilities. Krista has some great control and counter abilities, not as good as Helios. But what I'm thinking is going to happen, because Augustus is lucky enough to have that glyph, that magic penetration glyph, because of that, because of the skin that he's potentially getting, you're going to be able to use Augustus by himself without having to use Orion. You're going to be able to add him into more teams without having to build so much around him. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's good build design. So kind of going back to the discussion of the Magic Mastery pattern, today also we have the ×4 Emerald sale. Okay, ×4 Emerald sale today, and that kind of lines up with a few things. First and foremost, you have Cycle of Awakening, okay, the Buy Emeralds task and Mark of Excellence, the Get VIP task, okay, and then you also have the Great Storm, which has Buy Emeralds, okay, Weaving Patterns has Get VIP, so 3 events will benefit from buying this path here, because you can see you are buying emeralds here, you are buying some emeralds here, so it will kind of work for both, right? And then additionally, the buying emeralds ×4 emerald sale today only benefits those tasks as well. There is a one day that's slightly better. Hero Wars Guide is my go-to for event information. They have they're showing an Elemental Synergy, Weaving Patterns, Cycle of Awakening crossover. That's another good day to make purchases, to buy emeralds, to buy those paths. But again, I say this again, the only way to get a red Magic Mastery pattern now is by spending close to $220 something dollars. I think it's $250 actually dollars. Because the one here isn't enough, you have to buy this 31 as well. So probably around $250 in order to get that Magic Mastery pattern. Now, in the future, there will be ways to get this Magic Mastery pattern for considerably less expensive. It'll be on the Mysterious Island map. It'll be, in different events that we might happen to have. But I wouldn't worry too much about it today. I don't really think that the majority of patterns and flags actually impact fights that much. It's a controversial statement, a hot take, whatever you want to call it. But to me, a better built team is more impactful, has a higher chance of winning than relying on a little bit more percentage of magic penetration, a little bit more percentage of magic attack, right? It's just the nature of how the game is. You build the team correct. It does help if you are struggling to build multiple hero teams. I get that. I understand the new and budget player side of things, but it is what it is. So continuing on the discussion with this Weaving Patterns event, there is a consideration, because the free gift does give you Verdok event energy and Verdok shop currency and all of that. There's a consideration that there might be a third free gift from the developers, from the community managers, to help with the Verdok event. I don't think it's happening. I think this is the last of it. It's just a feeling I've got. I think that if you are waiting around to see what happens, I think it's time to start going one way or the other. It's time to start either leveling up your Amulet of Battle to get deep into the chapters in order to get the red gifted a minion and the totem of your choice. I think it's time to start digging into that, or to start building the Tome of Green, Grail of Generosity, so that you can really dig into the Altar of Fate, getting more Verdok Soul Stones and getting more Verdok artifact weapon fragments, and then of course the Seal of Summoners, which Seal of Nature. I think it's time to start getting into it. I think if you wait too long, we get in danger of the event ending early, and I would hate for that to happen yet again to all of you. Yeah, so let me know in the comment section down below, how do you plan on using that pattern of Magic Mastery? Do you think it's impactful? Do you think it will be free next month? What do you think? I'm curious to hear your comments. We will be live streaming today, 12 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. UTC. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.